Hey fellow knights, welcome back to another video. You guys know I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan. I love the four Karate Kid films. I guess I watched all five because Karate Kid Legends seems to tie in that one with like Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son into the mix. So out of the five Karate Kid films, I really enjoyed four of the five, and that's the first three films with Daniel LaRusso, and the fourth film with um, Julie Pierce. And I've been a huge advocate for bringing Julie Pierce into Cobra Kai because I don't think that movie deserves that movie and the character of Julie Pierce gets as much love as both um deserves. And so I've been a huge advocate. If you guys look on like my channel, I even made videos and or even some of my streams where I even mentioned I would love to have Julie Pierce being Cobra Kai. She is awesome. The character is awesome. The um the movies, I think it's not as bad as many people think. Hilary Swank was pregnant in real life not that long ago. They could have even used that as the as a way to like not really have the character fight, but like so that she finally got the life that she wanted with like the guy that she was quote unquote simping over in the fourth film, and that she could have easily imparted some like Mr. Miyagi esque advice to Daniel, especially after like the events of the Sekai Tekai. And I really wanted that so bad. Everyone and their moms can tell you by watching some of my videos and who's talked to me all YouTube, like maybe on Twitter, Discord, or Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that I've been a huge advocate for Julie Pierce to be in Cobra Kai. And I'm kind of, I'm not kind of, I am actually sad that she ain't in Cobra Kai. It's sad. So I saw this article. Now, Cobra Kai creators refused why the most expected Karate Kid franchise cameo never happened. I would say like most anticipated. I don't know if it's like more so expectations, expected, I should say, or more like in my case, like maybe like the love for Julie Pierce make us want to see um, her in the film. If that makes sense. Show me. And like I said, they could have like easily like used her like what pregnancy to like real life pregnancy to influence how like the character uh p- was portrayed in the show, or like maybe like her actually kicking ass and on top of that giving a Mr. Miyagi uh um with some, I don't know. But I just would have loved to have seen Julie Pearson Karate Kid is my I mean not Karate Kid. Cobra Kai is my point. Anyways, Cobra Kai has officially ended, and while many characters from the Karate Kid franchise returned at some point, there was one that was strangely absent. Julie Pierce from the next Karate Kid, played by the Oscar-winning Hilary Swank. Even minor figures from the franchise had their respective cameos, making fans think that Pierce would show up in the sixth and final season. I was very much hoping, and it would make sense to have her in there. And co-creator John Hurwitz has revealed why. Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid spin-off that renewed the public's fascination with the martial arts franchise, ended its sick run season 6, part 3 debuting on Netflix a few days ago. And it came out on February 13th for context. Uh, all character arcs were solved, mysteries were solved, and the show had a very happy ending. And the respective Miyagi cameo it was also there to defy audiences over the questionable use of the AI to bring Pat Moriarty back to the screen. Uh, I think okay, fine, like having that first cameo where Daniel's like dreaming, um, fine, you could find one time use, sure, of having Pat Moriarty come back in as AI, okay, whatever. But I feel like I enjoyed that scene with Daniel Miyagi in like part three. I feel like that cameo from Mr. Miyagi could have been like potentially replaced by Julie Hilary Swank as Julie Pierce. My opinion. If you guys feel like I'm wrong, I totally understand. But that's just me. It was also throughout its entire run, producers were able to convince performers to reprise their roles in the franchise. This was how Elizabeth Shue's Ali Mills, Timothy Tomito Kumiko, Rob Garrison's Tommy, and Randy Heller's Lucio LaRusso, among others, showed up on the nostalgic martial arts series. However, like Martin Cove, um, others like Martin Cove, Thomas Ian Griffith, and Yuji Okumoto had their characters expanded, and they were actually part of the show's storyline. Hurwitz spoke to the Screen Rant about Julie Pierce and the cameo that never was. While they were able to include everyone at some point in the show, he was disappointed they couldn't include Miyagi's last student in the final season of the show, and it was simply because they couldn't fit the legacy character into the story. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Well, we've been thrilled to bring back so many of the legacy characters over the years. I mean, I would say the biggest one that we were disappointed we didn't get to have was Hilary Swank as Julie Pierce. She's someone body who we were giant fans of. We had some thoughts as to some things that we could do with her in the final season, but it wasn't in the cards this time. But who knows? Cobra Kai never dies, and maybe one day. Are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, I'm okay with them using the Miyagi AI once. Whether you did it the first time or the second time that they used it, I'm okay with it. But I still think they could have re- either replaced or added to the cameos Julie Pierce. Because, like, maybe, like, what led to, like, Daniel having that dream where he was fighting the skeleton guys of Cobra Kai, and that Miyagi says, okay, you don't have to fight anymore, don't fight. Maybe me, it could have been like Julie saying, "Hey Daniel, there's like more than one way to fight, and sometimes not fighting is fighting. Is the best way to fight." If that makes sense, I think that would. That's my turn on my light. I think that would have been freaking badass, and I'm so disappointed. So freaking disappointed. Anyways, Hilary Swank plays Julie Pierce in the next Karate Kid. The film follows Miyagi becoming a teacher and mentor to Pierce, a troubled teenage whose anger issues can be controlled with the sensei's teachings. It was Swank's breathtaking role, but the film had a poor reception by critics. Again, I enjoyed the next Karate Kid. I don't think it deserves the flack that it gets, in my opinion. So the nostalgic element Well, Cobra Kai is unparalleled. The cameos, the music, the rivalry, all parts of the machine that made Cobra Kai one of the most nostalgic pieces on modern television. The success was outlasting, giving producers plenty of reasons to continue the franchise with the upcoming feature film Karate Kid Legends. It's the first Karate Kid movie in 15 years and will feature Ralph Macchio reprising Daniel LaRusso's character, as well as Jackie Chan playing Mr. Han, the character from the 2010 remake starring Jaden Smith. For the show that began a funny and cheesy spin-off, things ended up great and launched the careers of many young performers and improved the possibilities of the Karate Kid franchise. Executive producer are already um give me a sec, sorry. My mom was like calling me during I was recording. But um executive producers are already thinking about what they can do next, but the post-credit scene, the series delivers a fun peek at what could come next. In another word, perhaps. Um, in the knowingly humorous is scene, co-creators Josh Held and John Woods are chatting in the same coffee shop as Daniel, and Johnny. They're talking about pitching the show set in the Hill Valley alternate 1985. They continue and say, all we need are Wilson, Thomas, and Zane, and we've got the green light. If you can't recognize what they're talking about, think of one of the biggest movies from the 1980s, which took place in the fictional town of Hill Valley. Will give you a great Scott? Truthfully, like I said, it's sad for me that Julie Pierce wasn't in Cobra Kai. I think season 6, out of all the seasons, could have been a place for her, especially in part 3, post Sekai Tech, after the events of the Sekai Tech, like one hothead from Cobra Kai died. I think she could have helped convince him that yeah, even though Miyagi wasn't didn't like tournaments, you're right, kind of ready to foreign, not at this point to give up now, or even it's like I said earlier, it's okay to not fight anymore in the way that you've been doing. Sometimes the best way to fight is not to fight. Is sometimes the best thing to do is let things happen. And maybe sometimes the best way to fight is by getting to the back in the ring and fighting it from a different angle. She didn't even need to kick ass. Not she could. Well, us fans like me would have been loved to see that, but still. Point is, I think it's foolish, not foolish, but disappointing that we didn't get Julie Pierce in the series. I'm sad. And I know we're getting like not Cobra Kai Legends, Karate Kid Legends, and I am skeptically cautiously optimistic about that film. Based on the one trailer that we've got by the time I'm recording this video, which I will also link in the description below. So if you guys want to see my reaction to it, you guys can. Um, but I'm hoping, like I said, I'm kind of hoping because that will get a Julie Pierce cameo in Karate Kid Legends. I'm hoping, because I would think Daniel and Julius paths crossed at least once. Because I'm from Cobra Kai is like what part two? You know, like from the one liner where Daniel said, "I was my teacher's first student, Sensei's first student," so he at least is aware of Julie. Maybe he hasn't met her, but he's at least aware of her. So you, I would love to think they met at least once. Like I said in the last time I talked about this topic, for me, seeing Julie Peirce and Daniel LaRusso together interacting is like seeing Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker interacting, which actually happened in the Disney timeline. In the Book of Boba, we actually saw those two characters talking. And Ahsoka's my favorite Clone Wars hero. Luke Skywalker's my favorite Jedi. And one day I might actually explain why Luke Skywalker's my favorite Jedi, why Ahsoka Tano's my favorite Clone Wars hero. But it will have that effect on me. Is my point. Was I nerd out? Anywho, what do you guys think? Are you guys disappointed in that Julie Pierce was in Cobra Kai? Because I like me, because I bet the Cobra Kai creator people are saying or wishing they could say this,
We do everything.
but they can't. With not having Julie Pierce in the mix. So are you guys disappointed like me, or are you guys like happy about it? What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you all.